That doesn't suck.
I like that. I like that a lot. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, what's up, Luke?
You know, I'm pretty excited today. We got this brand new Callaway product we're going to start looking at, the Rogue ST, coming in January of 2022. Bit of a change from the last year's Epic lineup in terms of the functionality of the driver. Tell me a little bit about what's different between them.
So the biggest thing that they changed was the adjustability of the driver itself. The Epic, you had the slide weight in the back that helped change your heel to toe center of gravity, which helped with the fade and draw bias. So if you had somebody slicing it, you move the weight in towards the heel and it'll help you turn it over a little bit. There are pros and cons to doing that. And Callaway, every other generation, has kind of embraced the slide weight and then gone away from the slide weight. The nice thing about the drivers that don't have the slide weight is they get to position the center of gravity exactly where the engineers want it. So they can make the driver more stable, they can make the driver perform a little bit closer to the exact specs that they're trying to reach. Low spin, high launch, stability, high MOI.
They really have a driver for pretty much every single player or every single skill level. The one I'm holding in my hands right now is the Rogue Triple Diamond LS, which is meant for players with a little bit faster swing speed, looking to keep the spin down throughout their swing. They also have the Max LS, which is even lower launching than the one I'm holding in my hands right now. They also have a Max D, which is their most draw bias driver, and then the Max, which is a little draw bias, but not as much as you'll see in that Max D. In terms of loft, tell me the lofts that all these models come in.
So starting with the Max D, the kind of more the most amateur, the most game improvement driver that they have. The Rogue ST Max D comes in 3 different lofts: a 9, a 10, 5, and a 12. The Rogue Max also comes in a 9, a 10, 5, and a 12. The Rogue ST Max LS, the low spin, comes in a 9 and a 10, 5. And then, of course, the Triple Diamond, which you got in your hands right there, that one comes in a 9 and a 10, 5.
Let's talk a little bit about shafts that they come in. The one I'm holding in my hands right now, the Triple Diamond LS, the main stock option that you'll see with this is the Tensei AV white shaft. What are the other shafts we can see throughout this lineup?
So there's also the Tensei AV blue that is available, and also the Project X Cypher shaft. Now, Callaway is one of the companies that offers many shaft options at no upcharge. Of course, we would have to go through, test them all.
That's why you would come in here, is to see what shaft you would want to get
right,
fit into.
Try them all, but those are the stock ones: the Cypher, and then the Mitsubishi, the Tensei blue and white.
And I've already hit this driver a couple times. I've had a lot of experience with the Epic lineup, hitting all those. I've been a big fan of the feel so far with it. I think the removal of that movable weight track has definitely softened up the feel a little bit. Again, feel is a very intricate thing. What you might be feeling might be different than how I feel. But in terms of what I like about this driver so far is the feel of it coming off the face.
Completely different sound and feel compared to the Epic. 100% correct there. And once again, it is subjective, but there's no denying that they are different.
There's also a little bit different look on the top of it. It looks more carbon fiber compared to the other one, which had more of a glossy finish on it.
Yep.
I personally love the way that this Max, the Triple Diamond LS, sits on the ground. This is 450 cc's. The rest of that driver lineup is all 460 cc's. So this fits my eye a little bit better. If you like a more traditional kind of compact look, this might be the one you want to gravitate towards. I think it's time to start hitting these drivers. Each one we're going to keep as consistent as possible with the Tensei AV White 65 extra stiff, which is very close to what I play. All the heads we have are 9 degrees effective loft. I'm going to have them at the -1 setting to play as close as I can at the 8 degree setting.
That doesn't suck.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, it sure didn't take you very many swings to warm up. Yeah, that'll play.
Very low spinning. Very low spinning. I love that. I love that I can actually go after this driver and not have to worry about it jumping up into the high 2000s.
Oh, yeah. That'll game.
Pretty typical ball flight for me, though. As hard as possible if it's not going to overspin on me.
That's not spinning.
No, not at all.
All right, so you just hit the Triple Diamond. Now we're switching up to the Max LS.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what happens.
Same shaft, same settings, 9 minus 1. Ooh, my God.
Yeah, that's nice.
Too.
Visually setting up over it, what do you see differently compared to the triple diamond?
If anything, it definitely looks a little bit bigger. I mean, the change in CCs. It's not the most notable though, honestly. It's just Callaway made a really good looking lineup of drivers.
So even though this one's 460 cc's, it still has that teardrop kind of tour shape to it.
Yeah.
A little bit shallower from face to the trailing edge. Wow, is that good? Forgot all about what I was talking about the head. That was hammered.
Like, I didn't even catch that in the center of the club face and still flew 290.
Yeah, that's really good.
You can definitely see how much more forgiving it is than the triple diamond too. Like the misses were a lot more penalized with that triple diamond. I can miss this a little bit and it's still fine in the center of the fairway a little bit more.
Absolutely. It seemed like with the triple diamond, when you hit it, directionally it wasn't too bad, but the numbers kind of suffered a little bit in terms of trajectory.
Yeah. I mean, that's just 3 dead perfect golf shots.
So, have you found a new driver yet, or what?
I think I did. Because I'm someone that's never liked 460 cc's. I have always wanted to play something smaller. Yeah. This doesn't look it to me. Like, Absolutely. It doesn't look it at all.
We promise we're not trying to pump Callaway here. It's really that good.
So we just finished up the Max LS testing. It's time to see what the Max is all about. First things first, setting it down behind the ball, it sets up a little bit more closed, which would make sense. This is not their most draw bias driver, but one that's supposed to help the golfer that misses it a little bit more to the right.
Absolutely. Definitely has a little bit more of a drawn back type of shape to it, more of a pancake shape.
This is
definitely going to set up a little bit more closed.
Was just about to say, this one, I'm starting to see the 460 a little bit more in it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that launched a lot higher.
Well, there's your difference in trajectory.
Yeah, big time. Let's see what spin did.
Wow. It is nice to see with a change in head profile, we see a change in trajectory. That was significant.
Yeah, this ball definitely wants to go more left.
There's
just off
that
the
little
start.
lefty. Yep.
And again, this wouldn't be a driver I would normally play.
Yeah,
so to see a shot like that doesn't really surprise me all that much.
This ain't for you.
No. I'm actually going to try to cut one here and see what happens.
All right.
Well, that works.
Yeah, sure does. I'm curious to see what the spin does on that cut.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What did Callaway do with these drivers this year?
Well, apparently you can just take a big old honking, forgiving, game improvement driver, hit a nice little buttercut with 2,200 RPMs of spin. That's rare.
I bet it's pretty easy to turn over too in terms of right to left. Oh.
That is blasted.
I know I said I wouldn't play a driver like this normally, but I don't know. All right, let's see what the Max D's doing.
Yep. So, I know you just talked about setting up to it. It does look a little bit more closed than the Max does. How does the shape look compared to the Max?
Very similar. Very similar. I wouldn't, if I were to set them down, and again, the offset's very minimal, I really wouldn't notice the difference setting it down. Where this one's going to have a lot more of that draw biases in the internal weight, and I really tried to cut across that one and hit a slice, and that just went dead straight.
You hit it dead straight.
I'm going to give it that same kind of over-the-top slice swing and see what happens. Oh, my God.
Dead straight.
This thing's impossible to hit right.
Yeah, she likes to go left.
Yeah, I mean, this driver is definitely one I would never play. I like to play a cut. I wouldn't want something to take it away from me. But if you're someone that struggles with a big right miss, put this thing in your hands immediately. Looking at numbers real quick, not a lot of it's surprising. I mean, Triple Diamond definitely stayed more center for me. That's the driver that I would normally play. And then tell me about the rest of the numbers.
So kind of the big surprise here was the Max LS. We kind of came into this assuming that the Triple Diamond would kind of be your driver. That's the one you like, but that Max LS being a little larger, a little bit more stable, you hit the thing beautifully. You actually launched it over 2 degrees higher than what we saw from the Triple Diamond with lower spin. Now, asterisks on those numbers, we did leave in a couple of mishits, fairway finders that you kind of hit low on the face with the Triple Diamond. Of course, we're going to see lower launch, higher spin, so that does explain the difference in between these launch angle and spin rate numbers between the Triple Diamond and the LS. Speed all the way across the board, 165 to 166, very consistent. That's why we pick you to hit these clubs. You're the closest thing we got to an Iron Byron inside, so you know it makes life on our end a little easier to test these things. Launch angle wise, the Max was by far the highest launching, which is to be expected. The Max D, the Max Draw, is going a little lower just because that face is so closed. It's hooking, dynamic loft is going to go down a little bit. Center of gravity on the Max, very, very deep. That's going to be launching the highest. The big shocker is how low the spin rate is across the board. We're expecting the Triple Diamond LS to be low spin. We're expecting the Max LS to be low spin. It's even in the name, LS, low spin. They're even calling it low spin. But the big shocker was how low the Max and the Max D, how low those spun. Keeping, getting that nice high launch, knuckleball, very ballistic efficient ball flight, ballistically efficient ball flight, penetrating ball flight, getting you that nice distance.
Now, if I were to come out of this session, I would 100% play Max LS. Almost 10 yards farther in the air. Launch was within 1 degree every single time. Spin was within 200. Again, the Triple Diamond, I would have thought, no doubt, that is my driver. Again, we did leave in a couple of the mishits I have, so that spin rate would come down if we were to delete those a little bit. That's a little bit misleading. However, overall, I am super impressed with this lineup of drivers.
Top to bottom, it's awesome. They literally have a driver for everybody.
So come January 2022, you better get your butt in here and try these things out.
As always, come in, figure out which one's best for you. Gotta get fit.
All right, we're signing off. I'm Luke.
I'm Sean.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment of different things you might want us to see us do in the future. We want to do whatever we can to kind of showcase the things you guys want to see.
So get fit and play better at Miles of Golf.